Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome members of the New York University faculty. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome members of the Administrative Management Council, Student Senators Council, and University Committee on Student Life, carrying the university colors and leading the 183rd Commencement Platform Party into the stadium. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a hearty welcome to members of the New York University Alumni Association and to members of our 50th anniversary class who join us today to celebrate this year's graduates. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome New York University's 2015 school banner bearers, deans, and class representatives, marching in founding order. College of Arts and Science. School of Law. School of Medicine. Polytechnic School of Engineering. College of Dentistry, and College of Nursing. Graduate School of Arts and Science. Steinhardt School of Culture, Education, and Human Development. Leonard N. Stern School of Business. School of Professional Studies. Robert F. Wagner Graduate School of Public Service. Silver School of Social Work. Tisch School of the Arts. Gallatin School of Individualized Study. University degree programs. NYU Abu Dhabi. Ladies and gentlemen, the Provost of New York University, David W. McLaughlin.
Here now, in the presence of candidates for academic recognition, members of the faculty and administration, alumni, trustees, honored guests and friends of New York University, the 183rd commencement is hereby convened.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the singing of the National Anthem, led by Curtis Reynolds, who receives a Bachelor of Music degree today from the Steinhardt School of Culture, Education, and Human Development.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Sing does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
On behalf of the Board of Trustees of New York University, I am pleased to welcome all of you, honorees, graduates, parents, family, and friends, to our 183rd commencement exercise. Today is rightfully one of celebration and congratulations. It is also a day to reflect on our university's history and those who have labored so hard over the last 184 years to raise NYU to the pinnacle it now occupies. This is a momentous day in your life and for all of us who are seated on this stage and in the upper decks of the stadium. And honoring you is foremost in our thoughts. But if you will permit me, it is also a momentous day in my life. Today I celebrate the 60th anniversary of my graduation from our law school, the 40th anniversary of my becoming a trustee of our university, and the 17th and final year of my service as chairman of the NYU Board of Trustees. In October, I will pass the baton to William Berkeley, a 1966 graduate of our Stern School, who will succeed me as chairman. Bill will do a fabulous job as chairman, and I congratulate Bill and his wife, Marge. Further, it is a momentous day in the life of our president, John Sexton, who has served as the 15th president of our university since 2002, who will pass his baton at the end of this year to Andrew Hamilton, who until then continues to serve as Vice Chancellor of Oxford University. John Sexton and I have been colleagues in the service of NYU since 1988, when shortly after I was elected chair of the NYU Law School board, John was appointed dean of the law school. John is the outstanding university educator and leader of this generation. Our partnership has been a unique symbiotic relationship. Together during these past 27 years, we have accomplished greatness for our law school and for our university. Our law school today continues as one of the world's leading law schools, and our university today is a true global university. It is one of the world's leading universities, a far cry from the struggling regional school it was in 1975 when I joined the Board of Trustees, yet very much in keeping with the ambitions of our founder, Gallatin, who in 1831 may have envisioned a university in and of the city of New York, but today he would immediately understand the transformation of his great vision into a university that is not only in and of the city, but also in and of the world, with a global presence unequaled in higher education. I would like you to know that it has been one of the singular honors of my life, and I know John's, to have been able to serve this university and to play leading roles in its great changes and successes. I thank you, the NYU community, for the opportunity to serve and for your fellowship and trust. We see our NYU values reflected in those on whom we will soon bestow honorary degrees. 5 extraordinary individuals have altered the landscape of science and law, the arts, and humanitarian endeavors. Who will follow them and, we hope, exceed these impressive individuals on the uncharted paths of intellectual inquiry and service to humankind? Look around you. It is you, the class of 2015. And this is your day, made all the more special because you, the class of 2015, are now forever bound with these exceptional honorees and the 470,000 of your fellow alumni in a long and proud tradition of excellence. I hope that the connection to NYU as alums that you will know in the many years ahead will bring you as much joy, satisfaction, and pride as my 6 decades have brought me. Our congratulations and Godspeed.
We now present a special tribute to the class of 2015, a commencement video featuring graduating students from each of our schools, and some very special alumni and friends who send their greetings and congratulations to all of us. Please direct your attention to the large video screen.
My first day at NYU, I felt amazed.
I thought, oh my God, I'm finally here. I felt nervous.
I couldn't figure out which way was north and south.
First time back in school after a very long time.
I came into NYU really unsure of myself, very shy. I did not like to talk, which is probably a surprise to a lot of people now.
I think I had a pretty narrow idea of what learning was and what knowledge was and even what an academic experience was.
I kind of thought that I knew everything. And then I came to a place as a melting pot, both in terms of demographics and different opinions and perspectives. And I really feel like I opened up.
NYU has kind of peeled away my layers and exposed like the true me.
I've definitely grown into a person that can deal with uncomfortable situations.
It really forced me to be responsible, take care of my own finances, make sure I'm eating lunch, that sort of thing.
It's been very challenging, but it's also been immensely rewarding.
I lived in the same place, same house, same people for 18 years, and NYU opened my eyes to everything else that I could do and see. I love it here.
Honestly, it feels amazing to be graduating.
I feel accomplished.
I'm thrilled. It feels good.
I'm very excited, but also, a little bit nervous.
Excited because I'm ready to take the next step, but terrified because I'm about to be a doctor and it's a lot of responsibility. I feel completely prepared.
I really feel like I had a holistic artistic experience.
I just gained such a broad perspective on what business really means, a lot of tangible skills that I'll be able to take out into the job force with me.
Learning in a city like New York, you learn to interact with different people and adapt to different personalities. Plus, the teachers are pretty good too.
My favorite professor was Professor Aber,
Professor McDonald,
Dr. Rona Levin, Professor Greenwald, who's brilliant.
All of my instructors and professors were working in the industry.
These guys have mentored me, given me advice, and been there whenever I've needed it.
Being an NYU student living in New York, the opportunities are always kind of rolling in.
We have everything here.
You could be a leader, you could teach, you could be presidents of clubs, you could play sports.
At NYU, I've been able to participate in different conferences.
And I got to see a robotic surgery.
I got a grant actually through NYU.
Being able to tutor and do student teaching in New York City public schools.
Having the opportunity to go to the northern region of Iraq, developing a peace-building project.
One of the best experiences for me has been all of the travel. Israel and France and Italy and Tanzania.
I've been to Spain.
Ghana for spring break.
My freshman year in London.
I studied abroad in Prague.
I've done and seen so many things I wouldn't have had the opportunity to do otherwise, and I'm ready to take on the world. My next step is working at Mount Sinai Hospital.
I'm going to join a startup company.
I plan to work at a firm in DC.
I plan to teach.
I'm also interested in doing research.
Going back to Kenya, putting what I've learned to work, making money. It's about time.
There's going to be a lot of great things in the future, but college is really precious.
I'm gonna miss almost everything, but I think I'll miss my roommates and friends the most.
Connecting on a level that is kind of hard to find in, real life.
I'm gonna miss the most random conversations when I'm supposed to be studying.
I'll miss being in class. I could do without papers, but I do genuinely like being in classes.
Also, I'm gonna miss Thiru, the dosa guy.
Garlic fries at West 3rd.
The Kati Roll Company, for one.
Not the emails. No, just kidding.
The views, looking out over the park, looking down Fifth Ave and having the Empire State Building right there. That's one of the most beautiful views in all of New York City.
The advice that I have for everyone graduating today is don't be afraid to take your time.
Have fun and live your life and just be yourself.
Do something you love, or don't hate, or lets you sleep a decent amount at night. Get at least 2 of the 3.
And believe in yourself. You have obtained an amazing education, and use it and help others with that education.
Take the tools that you've learned here at NYU and go out into the world and live up to our school motto, which is to persevere and to excel.
I hope many of you understand what an important occasion this is. It's taking with you the things that you've learned at NYU, which I hope are perseverance, good friendships, and most importantly, the ability to think outside the box and create new ideas.
Graduates, congratulations. I know you're going to go out there and make a big difference in the world. Go get them.
Education is critical, and today's graduates are armed with the best of the best. Congratulations to all of you, and I am wishing you only the best in the coming years as you begin yet another new era of your life. Congratulations.
Congratulations, graduates. You have not been chopped. You have made it. And the brilliant education that you've experienced at New York University is now yours to go forth and share with the world, along with those terrific manners you learned from New York City.
Congratulations, graduates. You did it. It's been a few years since I graduated, but I still remember the energy and excitement of being where you are today. Now, you may not know what lies ahead, but with everything you've learned from the exceptional faculty at NYU and from the very colorful streets of New York City, you're ready for anything the world throws at you. Make NYU and New York City proud. We're counting on you.
I want to offer a heartfelt congratulations to the new class of NYU graduates. You know, I live downtown, and I walk my dogs near Washington Square every morning. And often, NYU students will come up to me and say, "Oh, Alec, I loved you in 30 Rock," or "I loved you in Beetlejuice," or some other vintage movie that I've been in, when in truth, they really just want to pet my dogs and play with my dogs. So on behalf of my dogs and myself, congratulations to the new class of NYU graduates.
NYU grads, congratulations! Do great things with your education. Change the world. We'll see you on Mars.
Hello, I'm Beverly Hyman. I'm president of NYU Alumni Association, now your Alumni Association. Today you join a pantheon of greats, Nobel laureates, Math Curtis Prize winners, Tony Award winners, Grammy Award winners, you name it, and you're going to carry the torch forward. Come home to NYU and come home to your Alumni Association. Congratulations.
My name is Ben, and I am graduating from the School of Professional Studies.
I'm Lei. I'm graduating from Kerrang.
I'm graduating from NYU Polytechnic School of Engineering.
And I'm graduating from NYU Abu Dhabi.
I'm Simone, and I'm graduating from the College of Arts and Science.
I'm graduating from Tisch School of the Arts.
I'm graduating from Silver School of Social Work.
I'm graduating from the Gallatin School of Individualized Study.
From the Wagner School of Public Service.
I'm Marianne, and I'm graduating from Steinhardt.
And I'm graduating from the Graduate School of Arts and Science.
And I'm graduating from the NYU College of Nursing.
From NYU College of Dentistry.
My name is Mandy, and I'm graduating from NYU School of Law.
I'm graduating from the Stern School of Business.
And I'm graduating from the NYU School of Medicine.
Congratulations, class of 2015.
Congratulations.
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 Congratulations, we did it.
We did it!
Ladies and gentlemen, those who are about to receive honorary degrees will now be presented to President Sexton. Diane Yu, Deputy President, will call upon distinguished members of the university community to present and escort the honorary degree candidates. Assisting with the investitures will be Provost David W. McLaughlin.
Mr. President, it is my great pleasure to introduce Paul Bogosian, Silver Professor, Faculty of Arts and Science, Department of Philosophy, Director, Global Institute for Advanced Studies, Director, New York Institute of Philosophy, who will present the candidate for Doctor of Fine Arts. Would Trustee Chandrika Tandon kindly escort the candidate to the lectern?
Long, long. Celebrated and charismatic virtuoso of the piano. You inspire millions and have ignited global interest in classical music. You have been hailed as the hottest artist on the classical music planet and have played sold-out concerts in every major city, from New York to Paris to Shanghai. Born in Shenyang, China, yours was a childhood of material hardship, sacrifice, and relentless discipline, filled with intense love for music and its performance. propelling your mastery of the keyboard to extraordinary levels. You were educated at two of the world's premier conservatories, Beijing's Central Conservatory of Music and the Curtis Institute of Music in Philadelphia, becoming a prolific recording artist and renowned master teacher. Even as you appear with the world's finest orchestras and artists of all genres, your International Music Foundation prepares the next generation of classical music lovers and performers through partnerships with public schools, free music camps, and mentorship of young pianists. You have held benefit concerts for earthquake relief in China and Haiti, and have been designated a UNICEF Goodwill Ambassador and a United Nations Messenger of Peace, focusing on global education.
Wang Wang, an exemplary global citizen molded in the great institutions of China and the United States, and a source of pride and resonance for New York University and NYU Shanghai. You are a dynamic and iconic bridge for music and peace between East and West. By virtue of the authority vested in me by New York University, I am pleased to confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Fine Arts, honoris causa.
Thank you.
Mr. President, it is now my pleasure to introduce Marcia Berger, Silver Professor, Professor of Computer Science and Mathematics, Courant Institute of Mathematical Sciences, Director of Undergraduate Studies in Computer Science, Faculty of Arts and Science, who will present the candidate for Doctor of Science. Will Trustee Mark Leslie please escort the candidate to the lectern?
Peter D. Lax, one of the greatest mathematicians of our time. You were instrumental in developing the modern theory of partial differential equations, central to both pure and applied mathematics. Born in Budapest, you fled Nazi-allied Hungary with your family on the last boat from Lisbon 2 days before Pearl Harbor. A mathematics prodigy, you entered NYU's Courant Institute of Mathematical Sciences at age 17 and thrived in its unique and intense atmosphere. After earning your bachelor's and doctoral degrees, you went on to devote your career to the Courant Institute as faculty member, including 8 years as director. The principles you discovered have had important applications, from designing airplanes to forecasting the weather. Known as the most versatile mathematician of your generation, you have earned the highest honors, most notably the Abel Prize of Norway, considered the Nobel Prize of Mathematics for your groundbreaking contributions to the theory and application of partial differential equations and to the computation of their solutions.
Peter Lax, our esteemed NYU colleague for over 6 decades. You are revered for your deep influence on the understanding and application of mathematics, your profound and abiding support for our Courant Institute, and your lifetime commitment to teach and mentor younger mathematicians. By virtue of the authority invested in me by New York University, I am pleased to confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Science, honoris causa.
Mr. President, I am delighted to introduce Awam Amkpa, Associate Professor of Drama, Tisch School of the Arts, Associate Professor of Social and Cultural Analysis, Faculty of Arts and Science, who will present the candidate for Doctor of Humane Letters. Would Trustee Anthony Welters please escort the candidate to the podium?
Graça, Simbine, Machel, humanitarian, educator, social and political activist, you are revered for your public service and advocacy on behalf of women and children in Africa and the world over. Born in the colonial Mozambique, you studied languages at the University of Lisbon, taught school, fought for an independent Mozambique, then served as your new country's first Minister of Education and Culture, alongside your husband, President Samora Machel, until his tragic death in 1986. You led a study for the United Nations Secretary General to assess the impact of armed conflict on children, and in 1996, published a groundbreaking report calling successfully for a UN Special Representative for the protection of children caught up in war. Your work brought you into the orbit of your late husband, Nelson Mandela, both professionally and personally. Partnering with Madiba and now working through the Graça Machel Trust and other initiatives worldwide, you have fought for women's empowerment, universal education, an end to child marriage, food security and nutrition, and democracy and good governance. Now in your second term as Chancellor of the University of Cape Town and co-chair of the UN's High-Level Emergency Coalition for Global Education, you are leading the charge in promoting education as an essential first step for global progress.
Graça Simbine Machel, former First Lady of the Republics of Mozambique and South Africa, a calm yet commanding presence. You are a compelling force for good in the world through enlightened advocacy and energetic public service. By virtue of the authority vested in me by New York University, I am pleased to confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa.
Mr. President, I would now like to introduce Robert I. Grossman, Professor of Radiology, Neurosurgery, Neurology, and Neuroscience and Physiology. Also the Saul J. Farber, Dean, School of Medicine and Postgraduate Medical School, who will present the candidate for Doctor of Science. Will William R. Berkeley, Chair Designee of the NYU Board of Trustees, please escort the candidate to the lectern.
Jan Tomas Vilcek, renowned biomedical scientist and professor of microbiology, inventor and innovator. You are rheumatology's pioneer of biological therapy. Born in Bratislava and educated at Comenius University and the Czechoslovak Academy of Sciences, at age 11, you were sheltered from the Nazis by a Slovak family. 20 years later, and by then an eminent virologist, you defected from communist Czechoslovakia along with your wife, Marissa. For 5 decades, you have served as a distinguished member of our medical faculty, publishing more than 350 papers and registering 46 U.S. patents. Your contributions to the understanding of the proteins that control body defenses were instrumental in the development of the drug Remicade, the first of a new class of therapeutics widely used for the treating of multiple inflammatory diseases. You and Marissa are principal benefactors of NYU School of Medicine, even as though you have established and take leading roles in the Vilcek Foundation to honor the contributions of immigrants to the sciences, arts, and humanities in the United States. In recognition of your work, President Barack Obama bestowed upon you the National Medal of Technology and Innovation, the nation's highest honor for technological achievement.
Jan Tomas Vilcek, through groundbreaking scientific accomplishments and stunning generosity, you have helped transform the lives of millions of patients and their families and helped secure the future of NYU's School of Medicine. By virtue of the authority vested in me by New York University, I am pleased to confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Science, honoris causa.
Thanks. And Mr. President, it is now my great pleasure to introduce to you Ellen Shaw, Senior Presidential Fellow, Martin Cherkasky Professor of Health Care Policy and Management, Robert F. Wagner, Graduate School of Public Service, who will present the candidate for Doctor of Laws. Will Trustee Constance Silver please escort the candidate to the lectern?
Sherrilyn Ifill, passionate defender of civil rights, scholar, teacher, advocate, and author. As President and Director-Counsel of the NAACP Legal Defense and Educational Fund, you are a leading voice in the national dialogue on equality and civil rights in the United States. Accomplished graduate of Vassar College and our own School of Law, you launched your influential career as a fellow at the American Civil Liberties Union, then for 5 years as assistant counsel for the Legal Defense Fund, successfully litigated a series of significant voting rights cases. A professor at the University of Maryland School of Law for 2 decades, you continued to litigate and consult on a broad and diverse range of civil rights cases before assuming leadership of the NAACP Legal Defense Fund, the nation's premier legal organization fighting for racial justice. Author of the acclaimed book, On the Courthouse Lawn, Confronting the Legacy of Lynching in the 21st Century, you have researched and written extensively throughout your career on the issue of diversity on the bench and on the nation's history of racial violence and contemporary efforts of racial reconciliation.
Sherrilyn A. Ifill, celebrated alumna and mentor to future generations of civil rights activists and lawyers. And I am so proud to say on this day, a former student of mine, you reflect the core values of our university as the national conversation on race and the law takes on added urgency. By virtue of the authority vested in me by New York University, I am so pleased to confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm pleased to give you Sherrilyn Ifill, who will respond on behalf of the honorary degree recipients.
Good morning. This is extraordinary. I wish, first of all, to thank the trustees of New York University and President Sexton on behalf of all of the honorees for this wonderful recognition. I'm truly humbled, as I know are my colleagues, to receive this honorary doctorate from one of the greatest institutions of higher learning in the greatest city in the world. I congratulate Dr. Lang, Dr. Lax, Dr. Machel, and Dr. Vilcek, and all of today's award recipients. I must offer special thanks to President Sexton for the opportunity and honor of addressing you today. When we were on the bus, someone was remarking that President Sexton is a true visionary, and that is right. But not all visionaries have the courage, the energy, the commitment, and the focus to make their vision become a reality. And I celebrate President Sexton today for being that kind of visionary. I'll be brief. Graduations are wonderful occasions for family and friends. Even for me, the child of a sprawling immigrant family with 9 siblings and nearly 30 nieces and nephews, graduations are like mini family reunions, times to reflect on how far we've come and how far we still have to go. Right now, I am channeling the spirit of my beloved mother, but especially my beloved father, who is no longer with us, and my beloved brother, who passed away last month, both of whom were diehard Yankee fans, and who right now are exalting in the heavens that I'm here, standing in front of the pitcher's mound on this extraordinary day. So because this is a day of celebration, I want to be brief, but I also want to say a few serious words. I know that you are aware that out there, just outside the ring of today's celebration, outside the cushion of today's excitement, lies a more sobering reality. And I want to say a few words about the challenges out there that await you in the world after today's celebrations. And I feel comfortable doing so because by virtue of you being an NYU graduate, I know that you are someone who is concerned with the condition of the world. I know that you are creative, imaginative, bold, and intellectual, a doer, and a natural-born activist. I know that you take the responsibility of citizenship seriously. And by citizenship, I don't refer to your legal status in a country. I mean the responsibility of membership in the community in which you find yourself, whether it is the American community or the human community. Since last August, I found myself repeating under my breath from time to time a line from a document I read in the 10th grade in my American literature course at Hillcrest High School in Queens. Queens. I haven't thought much about this text since then, but after unrest broke out in Ferguson, Missouri, after Eric Garner was killed here in New York, after killings in South Carolina, after learning one Saturday night that 2 police officers had been killed while on duty in Brooklyn here in New York, after I watched my young people in my adopted city of Baltimore unleash years of frustration, neglect, and dislocation, I found myself whispering the opening lines written by Thomas Paine in his pamphlet about the American Revolution. These are the times that try men's souls. These, in fact, are the times that try men's and women's souls. The past 9 months have challenged the very soul of our nation, such that we cannot pretend, even as we are here filled with the excitement of this day, that there are not deep challenges awaiting us. And we should not. We can suspend reality for a few hours, maybe a few days, but then we must return to the work. The challenges we face are both personal and national. Some of you are excited today, but have no idea how you will manage the debt that you have accumulated to receive this wonderful education. Most of you have enjoyed the privilege of attending this great university and living in New York City. But for most of you, if you lived on campus at NYU, this will be the last time that you will be able to afford to live in the wonderful borough of Manhattan. Still others of you wonder about whether you will be able to find a job in your chosen field, one that provides maternity and paternity leave, and that will not discriminate against you for being gay or lesbian or transgender. Some of you, despite this terrific education and having found a good job, will feel as though the veneer of success is stripped away as you are demeaningly stopped on a street or in your car because you are told you look like a suspect. Still others of you are struggling even now to take care of elderly parents who have little or no savings, or you cannot imagine how you will save enough to send your now infant son or daughter to NYU. Many of you are doing just fine. but you accept willingly your obligation to concern yourself with the state of our democracy. You cannot ignore that there are an increasing number of states where there are hundreds of thousands of eligible voters who do not have the newly required identification demanded by ever increasingly stringent voter ID laws. You've never been to prison, but you know that the prison population of our country has reached unsustainable and shameful proportions. You know that incarcerating 2 million people is a sign of American failure, not American success. You know that violent crime levels today are as low as they were in the 1960s, and yet our prison population is 8 times the size it was then. You're living in a nation of staggering income inequality and have revived and entrenched racial segregation. You saw the video of Walter Scott running for his life and being shot like prey in North Charleston, South Carolina, and you feel deeply, you know without question, that our democracy faces challenges that demand your engagement and your response. You've seen all these things. You have felt the crisis that is enveloping us, the crisis of confidence in the rule of law and in our justice system, and you are wondering what your role must be. And you are right to do so. It is the obligation of citizenship to engage the issues of our day, to work for peace, to demand justice, but also to fight for beauty and art and civility and privacy and dignity for everyone. And so, on this very beautiful day, I will not relieve you of the obligations of citizenship. In fact, to the contrary, I encourage you to nurture that niggling worry, that sense of dissatisfaction, that inability to settle and to be content with the imperfections of our democracy. I encourage your discomfort, your sense that you must do something, that you must contribute, that you must make your voice heard. That is the essence of good citizenship, that bone-deep sense of obligation that you must work to improve our democracy, and to improve it especially for those who are most marginalized and most in need. And you, my beloved NYU graduates, will find your own way to make your contribution. You will teach young people. You will participate and help fix our broken government. You will make meaningful art, and you will help those without access see it, hear it, dance it, sing it. You will fight for the right of children to have a childhood free from violence. You will commit yourself to finding the cure for a terrible disease or to making treatment accessible to those who lack it. You will create opportunities for good jobs. You will treat your own employees humanely. You will fight passionately to protect our precious natural environment. You will stand against religious intolerance and will fight to transform our cities. You will do the hard work of communicating with those who disagree with you, of reviving the lost art of civil discourse in which you respect the humanity of the person with whom you are in conflict. I have the advantage of leading an organization in which my predecessors provide an astonishing example of good citizenship. Thurgood Marshall, the first leader of the NAACP Legal Defense Fund, became a brilliant civil rights lawyer and later Supreme Court justice. What he and his colleagues accomplished was nothing short of astonishing. They changed the trajectory of a nation, and they changed your life and mine. No person in this stadium has lived a life untouched by the work of Thurgood Marshall and the lawyers at the Legal Defense Fund. So I know that it is possible to make this kind of contribution. But finally, I've come to tell you something that I would not have been able to tell you a little over a week ago. I was a passenger on Amtrak train 188 last Tuesday night. After the crash, I came to walking on the tracks away from the wreck. And what happened in the next few moments helped me think through how to balance that call to citizenship, to activism, to hard work. I immediately began to communicate with that tight band of people who really are the center of my life. You know who those people are in your own life. In my phone, probably in yours too, they're listed under my favorites. My sister, with whom I was talking when the train crashed. My husband, my daughters, my best friends. And during this time, when I was utterly disoriented, insisting to my husband that I was in West Baltimore, saying over and over again that I have my laptop, my favorites came together. My sister, the medical doctor, who helped me understand that I needed medical attention. My daughter, who dispatched her best friend, who lives in Philadelphia, to meet me in the emergency room. My best friends, who loaned their car to my husband so that he could drive from New York to meet me in the emergency room in the middle of the night, where I was so relieved to see his beloved face. And so I wish to not only call upon you to use this extraordinary education to exercise the highest form of citizenship, to fight for justice and peace and equality in our democracy, to be excellent, but I also call upon you to just as passionately nurture, tend, and cherish your favorites, the ones who, when calamity happens, will find you and surround you with their love and lead you out of the fog. You must decide explicitly to do the work of nurturing those relationships just as carefully and intentionally as you must decide to do the work of citizenship. On behalf of my fellow recipients of the Honorary Doctorate from the New York University School, I congratulate you. I thank you. Who will follow? You will follow. Congratulations.
Thank you, Sherrilyn. We are so proud of you. And thank you to all of our honorary degree recipients. You stand as exemplars, and you honor us by being with us.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the screens behind the stage as Long Long graces us with a performance of George Gershwin's Rhapsody in Blue. In honor of and to celebrate you, NYU's class of 2015. Ladies and gentlemen, the President of New York University, John Sexton.
Today, we convene for a rite of passage, celebrating the next infusion of talent, knowledge, commitment, and energy from NYU into the world. A priceless gift from our university to the future. Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 2015, God bless you. A graduation ceremony is sacramental. We set this day apart from other ordinary days. We dress differently, we march, we hear speeches, and we put before you in our honorary degree recipients people who are examples of what we hope you will be. Each of the persons we honor today has accomplished a great deal. But there is a leitmotif, if you pay attention carefully, that runs a common thread through the narratives of their lives. In a wonderful coincidence, it is a theme that's captured in the little-noticed Latin words on NYU's official seal, the seal that will be on your diploma. Perstare et prestare, to persevere and to excel. Our honorary degree recipients have lived those words. One of the world's most exciting classical pianists who uses his talent and passion to inspire the next generation of performers. A mathematical genius who fled the Nazis and, to our enduring benefit, spent the next 60 years at NYU. A global leader in the struggle for universal education and the empowerment of women. A pioneering scientist who developed a drug that brought relief to millions of patients and then used the proceeds to help countless others. A leader in the struggle for racial equality and justice. None of them is a story of overnight success, no shortcuts. Several had to overcome barriers. Forced migration, discrimination, civil unrest, resistance to the new. But they persevered. They kept at it, unwavering in the face of obstacles. What underlies each of their stories is a profound notion that the key to a joyful life is doing one's duty, showing up, putting in the hard work, whether in the classroom or the laboratory, in the concert hall or the courtroom, in the halls of power or on the protest line. Like our honorary degree recipients, you are called upon to persevere and excel. Here at NYU, you've experienced and participated in the world you're about to enter. You have learned on one of the greatest human stages available, in a city that is a life force, an incomparable resource, and a constant source of learning. As you left our buildings, you did not pass through gates or walk on grass. You touched and entered the global village, and you have incorporated that village into your very being. We live in a time when the great world has grown small. What happens in distant places is experienced by almost everyone, almost everywhere, immediately and unavoidably. The central challenge of your collective lives will be developing ways to manage in this miniaturized world of immediacy, of vast richness of race, of faith, of culture, of thought. If our world is to avoid the kind of destructive balkanization that can shred the fabric of civility on a global scale, we need you. We need you to create pathways of comprehension and communication across traditional divisions. We need you to do in the world what you have done here, just on a larger scale. Our university stands as a rebuke to those who say that a clash of cultures and the fragmentation of society are inevitable. In your years here, you have lived in an NYU community and in a city that foreshadows the best of what humankind can be. You have developed capacities of openness and curiosity. You have forged relationships that have forced you far beyond yourselves and the comforts and the limits of your backgrounds. You have experienced intellectual richness and the personal growth that come only in a place that is the world in microcosm. As you leave us, take with you not only the great talent you honed here, but also the experience you had here. And take with you what I call NYU's attitudinal endowment, a spirit of creativity, a taste for complexity, and the joy of discovering the unknown other. Today marks the last commencement for an extraordinary man, our chairman, Marty Lipton. Arguably the leading lawyer of his generation, his service to our university in the 60 years since his graduation has been unique in the literal sense of that word. His love for NYU and his commitment to the pursuit of excellence has inspired all of us at the university. His mark is upon our progress. We could not be more grateful to him, and our university's debt to him will be honored by the generations ahead who follow his efforts with their own to advance knowledge and all the dreams he has for us. This also is my last commencement as your president. In my almost 35 years at NYU, as professor, dean, and president, it has been you, the students, who have most enriched my life. And that enrichment, I'm happy to say, will continue as I return to the faculty after leaving the presidency. But you, the class of 2015, are the last class whose degrees will bear my signature. You therefore always will have a special place in my heart. But even as you graduate and I move to a new assignment here, I ask you to reflect upon what makes our university the enduring institution that it is. It is the unbroken chain of scholars, teachers, and learners that unites us as an enterprise and that stretches back over 180 years and will stretch forward for another 180 and more. Each of us has intersected with this university in different roles and in different periods of time. And through that intersection, we become part of something larger than ourselves. Still, we are one community, and that at core is what a graduation ceremony memorializes and celebrates. We foresee your achievements, your honors, your contributions, and the difference you will make. We also realize that sometimes, at least if you're trying hard enough and setting your goals high enough, there will be defeats and setbacks. But either way, we hope you will carry within you the indomitable spirit of NYU. We want you to know that you're always part of this community, even when you're not physically present here. And in those inevitable moments when your spirit flags, we invite you to come home, to return to the square, to touch its grounds, to sense its soul, if need be, to come to me for a hug. In so doing, I hope you will recharge what NYU has meant to you. Know as well the importance to us of your returning, again and again, the role you play in renewing and sustaining our vitality, those who have given our lives and our vocations to staying at the university. You are indeed the pride of our vocation. In your years here, you gave so much of mind and spirit and heart to this university, in happy times and on the hardest days. I hope we have given you an education worthy of your talents and aspirations. Congratulations to each of you and to your loved ones. God bless you all, and thank you for the honor I have had as being your president.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jules O'Connor, Chair of the Student Senators Council and University Committee on Student Life, who will make a special presentation to President Sexton.
As you may know, this is John's last commencement as president. So we, the class of 2015, would like to take this moment to thank him for being a visionary leader, devoted teacher, and compassionate individual. And John, we will miss your hugs. On behalf of all the graduates here today, with our appreciation and affection, I would like to present the 15th president with this gift from the class of 15.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Brent Austin Dibble, who today receives a dual degree, an MD from the School of Medicine and an MBA from the Leonard N. Stern School of Business, and will now address his fellow graduates, the class of 2015.
To President Sexton, university trustees, esteemed faculty, honored guests, family, and friends, welcome and thank you for sharing this momentous occasion with all of us today. To my fellow classmates, congratulations. You've worked extremely hard to be here today and should be very proud of your accomplishments. To my fiancée, Faith, I cannot thank you enough for supporting me through the insanity that has been the past 5 years of our lives. I couldn't have done it without you, and should tell you that more often. But maybe doing it in front of 35,000 people will make up for it. To the class of 2015, It's all of you. Yeah. I am humbled to be graduating with such a diverse and exceptionally brilliant group of individuals, and it's an honor to be speaking on your behalf here today at Yankee Stadium. Those of you who know me know that I have an affinity for China. I've studied abroad in Shanghai, learned how to cook all of my favorite Chinese foods, know all the best restaurants in the city, and even picked up a few words of Mandarin, above and beyond the standard beer and iced coffee that got me through my summer studying abroad in China. One of the words that has stuck with me the most is the word for crisis. When written, it is composed of two characters. The first character represents danger, while the second character, though having multiple meanings, can represent opportunity. Many of you who graduate today lived in New York City 3 years ago when we had our very own crisis, as Hurricane Sandy made its way up the East Coast, leaving behind a path of destruction. Even those of you who did not live here can appreciate the devastation that it brought to so many members of our community and residents of our university, many of whom are still struggling to rebuild their lives. As I stand here today, thinking back to that crisis and the nights that we spent evacuating patients from our university hospitals, both Tisch and Bellevue, I recall images of critically ill patients who were attached to battery-operated monitors being carried down the stairwells on sleds by our staff and volunteers. Images of the National Guard hauling these huge jugs of gasoline up 20 flights of stairs to help power what was left of our generators. And images of the water crashing over the East River storm bear and surging towards our university hospitals along First Avenue. Alongside that scene, however, was another equally indelible. The image of over 100 of my classmates who came out to help support the evacuation of Bellevue Hospital throughout the night. What they encountered that evening at Bellevue was something very different from the Steadfast Hospital in which they completed their training. The situation awaiting them was dangerous, and the tasks that would be asked of them were very difficult. These volunteers were asked to help evacuate hundreds of ill patients with limited supplies, no running water, and severely rationed electricity. All the while, Hurricane Sandy continued to tear apart the city beyond the hospital walls. These students, however, saw past that difficulty, past the danger of this crisis, to recognize the opportunity that they had to help save the institution that they cared for so deeply and the patients who were counting on them to come to the rescue. Did they have to stay and help? No. Was it expected of them? Absolutely not. These students could have very easily walked right out of Bellevue, straight back to their apartments, to pack a suitcase and leave the city. But they didn't. They chose to serve their community, to serve their university. What has struck me the most about my experience at NYU over the past 5 years is the way that our students, our graduates, constantly strive to give back to their community, no matter how dangerous, how difficult, or how controversial the situation before them might seem. They seek out the opportunity to help others and make the world a better place when many of their peers would just walk away. Whatever it is, whatever drives all of you to do the things that you do, It's what makes NYU such an amazing place to call home. When you leave Yankee Stadium today, you will be graduates of New York University. There you go. Come on. You will count yourselves among the fortunate few who were given the privilege to attend one of the world's premier universities, where you were educated by world-class faculty and lived in what is definitely the greatest city in the world. You've had the opportunity to be part of an exceptional institution where you've learned the importance of giving back to your community and fighting for those who are less fortunate. And we should all take inspiration from the remarkable individuals to whom we bestowed honorary degrees here today. For each in their own way, have forged lives of opportunity out of struggle, and then dedicated themselves to making life better for others. I challenge you all, wherever you begin the next stage of your career, to follow their lead and show everyone why NYU continues to graduate leaders who are changing the world. Once again, congratulations on an incredible accomplishment, and best of luck in the next chapter of your lives. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Steinhardt Singers, who will perform a special tribute to New York City and the class of 2015.
Congratulations, class of 2015! Are you ready to be entertained?
Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. I wanna be a part of it. New York, New York.
These vagabond shoes are longing to stray and step around the heart of it. New York, New York. City that doesn't sleep, to find I'm king of the hill, top of the heap. My little town blues are melting away. I'll make a brand new start of it in old New York. If I can make it there, I'll make it anywhere. Come on, come through New
deans of each school will now present their class representatives for all degrees and certificates in course to President Sexton. Candidates should stand when their dean's name is called. The official conferring of all degrees and certificates in course by President Sexton will take place following the last school presentation. All candidates and their guests are requested to remain at their seats during all the school presentations. G. Gabrielle Starr, Dean of the College of Arts and Science.
Mr. President, 1,931 undergraduates will receive their bachelor's degree today. On behalf of the faculty of the College of Arts and Science, it is my honor to present to you Cristina Nunez, who will receive the degree on behalf of those 1,931 extraordinary young people who represent the best NYU and the college within it has to offer.
Trevor W. Morrison, Dean of the School of Law.
Mr. President, it is with great pride that I stand here to congratulate the class of 2015. 1,046 wonderful candidates from the School of Law will receive their degrees here today. Mr. President, I would like to present Thaddeus Caldwell Eagles, who will receive his diploma on behalf of 499 candidates for the Juris Doctor degree, 545 candidates for the Master of Laws degree, and 2 candidates for the Doctor of Juridical Science.
Robert I. Grossman, Dean of the School of Medicine.
Mr. President, 174 graduate candidates from the NYU School of Medicine will receive their degree today. Celebrating 174-year NYU School of Medicine has 4 Nobel Prize laureates, 7 Howard Hughes Medical Institute investigators, 10 Institute of Medicine members, and 10 National Academy of Science members, among the thousands of others who have helped to shape the course of medical history and enrich the lives of countless people. Mr. President, I have the honor of presenting Dana Salkin, who will receive her diploma on behalf of 166 for the doctoral degree and 8 candidates for the Master of Science degree.
Katapali R. Srinivasan, Dean of the Polytechnic School of Engineering.
Mr. President,
I have the honor and privilege to present a total of 1,750 candidates from the Polytechnic School of Engineering for the award of their degrees here today. They're usually well-behaved kids, but today they are a bit noisy. You don't mind that. Mr. President, I now present Ephraim Zitron. He will receive his diploma on behalf of the 469 candidates for the bachelor's degree. Mr. President, please allow me now to present Robert Andolina, who will receive his diploma on behalf of 1,236 candidates for master's degree and 44 candidates for the doctoral degree. What a responsibility, Robert.
Eileen Sullivan Marks, Dean of the College of Nursing, representing the College of Dentistry and the College of Nursing.
Mr. President, 444 total candidates from the College of Dentistry and 635 total candidates from the College of Nursing will receive their degrees today. Mr. President, I have the honor to present Whitney Young, who will receive her diploma on behalf of 57 candidates for the associate's degree and 40 candidates for the bachelor's degree from the College of Dentistry, and 413 candidates for the bachelor's degree from the College of Nursing. Mr. President, I have the honor to present Christopher P. Henry, who will receive his diploma on behalf of 17 candidates for the master's degree and 356 candidates for the doctoral degree from the College of Dentistry, and 203 candidates for the master's degree and 19 candidates for the doctoral degree from the College of Nursing.
Lauren Benton, Dean of the Graduate School of Arts and Science.
Mr. President, on behalf of the Graduate School of Arts and Science and its affiliates, and on a day when my own family is celebrating the graduation of my daughter, Gabby Garcia, I am privileged to present to you 1,827 advanced scholars and original researchers in the humanities, social sciences, and sciences who are receiving their graduate degrees today. Mr. President, I have the honor to ask Charlotte Wincott to accept her diploma on behalf of 1,408 candidates for the master's degree, 47 candidates for advanced certificates, and 372 candidates for the doctoral degree.
Dominic Brewer, Dean of the Steinhardt School of Culture, Education, and Human Development.
Mr. President,
The Steinhardt School of Culture, Education, and Human Development was founded in 1890 as the School of Pedagogy, and it was the first graduate school in the nation dedicated to elevating teachers to the same professional status as physicians and lawyers. Today, 2,023 candidates from Steinhardt will receive their degrees. I have the honor to present Stephen Marash, who will receive his bachelor's degree in teaching and learning. He has committed himself to two passions, math education and educational theater. Stephen receives his diploma on behalf of 656 candidates for the bachelor's degree. Mr. President, I have the honor to present Matthew Paul Hernandez, who receives his doctoral degree in physical therapy. He receives his diploma on behalf of 1,297 candidates for the master's degree and 96 candidates for the doctoral degree.
Geeta Menon, Dean of the Leonard N. Stern School of Business, Undergraduate College.
President Sexton, 639 future business leaders and policy makers from the Leonard N. Stern School of Business will receive their degrees here today. I have the honor of presenting Calvin Chang, the senior class president, who will receive his diploma on behalf of all candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree.
Peter Blair Henry, Dean of the Leonard N. Stern School of Business.
Mr. President, on behalf of the Leonard N. Stern School of Business, I have the honor to present the graduates and degree candidates from the Stern School, numbering in all 1,264 for the degree of Master of Business Administration, 212 for the degree of Master of Science, 6 for the degree of Master of Philosophy, and 16 for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Mr. President, I am pleased to present Ian Potash, who will receive his diploma on behalf of all of the candidates.
Dennis DiLorenzo, Dean of the School of Professional Studies.
Mr. President, 1,610 candidates from the School of Professional Studies will be awarded their degrees today. We are confident that they can take up the challenge of being socially responsible citizens for the communities of practice they are about to enter and for the world. Mr. President, For our undergraduate students, I have the honor to present Briton Burdick, who graduates with a Bachelor of Arts in Social Science. He will receive his diploma on behalf of 3 candidates for the associate's degree and 325 candidates for the bachelor's degree. Mr. President, I now have the honor to present Thomas O'Connor, who graduates with a Master of Science in Real Estate. He will receive his diploma on behalf of 50 candidates for advanced certificates and 1,232 candidates earning their master's degree.
Sherry A. Glebe, Dean of the Robert F. Wagner Graduate School of Public Service.
Mr. President, 393 passionate, brilliant, and dedicated public servants from the Robert F. Wagner Graduate School of Public Service will receive their degrees here today. Mr. President, I have the honor to present Simone Andrews, who will receive her diploma on behalf of 389 candidates for the master's degree and 4 candidates for the doctoral degree.
Lynn Videka, Dean of the Silver School of Social Work.
Mr. President, 546 candidates total from the Silver School of Social Work will receive their degrees today. These graduates have dedicated their lives to the advancement of social justice and to helping humans attain their full potential. Mr. President, it is my honor to present Tasha Kozak, who will receive her diploma on behalf of 33 graduates with a Bachelor's of Science degree in social work. I have the honor to present Daning Zhang, who will receive her diploma on behalf of 499 candidates for the master's degree of social work and 7 candidates for the Doctor of Philosophy degree in social work.
Allison Green, Dean of the Tisch School of the Arts.
Mr. President, I am thrilled to present 1,204 outstanding artists and scholars from the Tisch School of the Arts who will receive their degree today, and they will create your future. Mr. President, I have the honor to present Christopher Betts from the Department of Drama, who will receive his diploma on behalf of 875 candidates for the bachelor's degree.
Mr. President, I have the honor to present T.J. Parcell from Graduate Film and Television, who will receive his diploma on behalf of 316 candidates for the master's degree and 13 candidates for the doctoral degree.
Suzanne L. Wofford, Dean of the Gallatin School of Individualized Study.
Mr. President, 518 spectacular candidates from the Gallatin School of Individualized Study will receive their degrees here today. These students have stepped outside commonly defined fields when they chose to undertake an individualized course of study, and they have lived up to the promise of their challenging interdisciplinary plans. They are border crossers and boundary questioners. As they leave the university, they will continue to test conventional ideas and expectations, and they will be an inspiration to us all. Mr. President, I have the honor to present Helen Hazelwood Isaac, who will receive her diploma on behalf of 470 candidates for the bachelor's degree. Mr. President, I have the honor to present Babak Sedigzadeh, who will receive his diploma on behalf of 48 candidates for the master's degree.
Fred Schwarzbach, Dean, Liberal Studies.
Mr. President, 55 undergraduate candidates from Liberal Studies will receive their degrees here today. Candidates that exemplify the pioneering spirit and the unique achievement of the Global Network University. Mr. President, I have the honor to present Catalina Escalona, who will receive her diploma on behalf of the candidates for the bachelor's degree in Global Liberal Studies.
Cheryl G. Healton, Dean, Global Public Health.
Mr. President, 90 students will receive their Masters of Public Health today from the Global Institute of Public Health. I have the distinct honor to present Melissa Morrison, who will receive her diploma on behalf of the 90 graduates. Melissa and her fellow graduates will join the next generation of graduates who will apply their knowledge, skills, and passion to solve the world's most pressing public health problems. Congratulations, the world needs you.
Fabio Piana, Provost, NYU, Abu Dhabi.
Mr. President, 141 undergraduate candidates from NYU Abu Dhabi will receive their degrees in Abu Dhabi on May 24th. These candidates, our second graduating class, come from 53 countries and 6 continents. They embody what it means to be members of NYU's global community and citizens of the world. Mr. President, I have the honor to present Rory McDougall, who will receive his diploma on behalf of these candidates for the bachelor's degree.
Ladies and gentlemen, Provost David W. McLaughlin.
We now proceed to the formal conferral of degrees. In keeping with the tradition of New York University, we highlight this most important moment in our ceremony by the passing of the university torch, the symbol of learning, from a senior member of our academic community to the most junior. On stage now, holding the university torch, is Professor Ray Zimmerman, Professor of Planning and Public Administration, Director of the Institute for Civil Infrastructure Systems, Robert F. Wagner Graduate School of Public Service. As President Sexton confers the degrees, the torch will be passed to the youngest baccalaureate member of the graduating class, Davis Snyder, 18 years old, of the College of Arts and Sciences. I ask all of the candidates for degrees and certificates to now rise for the conferring of degrees in course by President Sexton.
Spectacular members of the class of 2015, through your successful efforts as certified by the recommendations of your deans, you have met the requirements of your respective schools and thus deserve to receive this hallmark of New York University. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the trustees of the university, I admit you to the degrees and certificates for which you have been recommended. Congratulations. It's official.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the cast of the reality show NYU, who will now perform Learn to Love and Live. Please direct your attention to the graphic screens behind the stage and follow along with the words displayed.
I'm not lost, I just need a place to start. There's so much going on. Where is my heart? A new place, a new day, and I'm on my own. If I just reach out, I'm not alone. I was where our lives begin. Stop and take it all in. If there are things that you've lost, there's things we can win. Stop and take it all in. We're all here once, we're in this together. The world's all ours, take care of each other. Maybe we can learn to love and live. The world is different, why should I stay the same? Accept this and lead the way for change. And it's time to see that together we can make history. Now it's where our lives begin. Stop and take it all in. If there are things that you've lost, there's things we can win. Stop and take it all in.
How's accepting, understanding, believing in a new day,
Tolerating, creating, and thinking in a new way. What now to do now? I don't know where I'm going. Be open, I'm hoping together we'll be flowing. Then we try to remind ourselves to be forgiving. And I'll make mistakes in this life I'm living. Now look out, I don't know where I'm going. Stop, you'll take it all in. Together we'll be done. Just try to remind ourselves to be forgiving. Stop, you'll take it all in. We're all here once, we're in this together. The world's all ours, take care of each other. Maybe we can learn to love and maybe we can learn to love and maybe we can learn to love and live.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the 183rd Commencement Exercises. Degree candidates and their guests are reminded to remain at their seats until the procession has left the stadium, and that access to the field is strictly prohibited by law.